Welcome back to the Gaming Castle. So today we're going to start our mini-series, actually. We're taking a break from the regular content this week to go over all of the weapons, gadgets, passives, and smart rings in Moko. And kind of what they do and a little bit of strategy for each of them. So we're going to start by going over the weapons, and then next week we'll get back to, some of our favorite series. So, alright, let's get into the video, and I'll see you guys for the first weapon. Alright, so our first weapon is the Monster Slugger. Basically, it has a main attack that does area damage. It's a melee weapon, and its combo attack is every fourth attack. It does a big swing and slows enemies that are non-bosses. So this weapon is the first weapon that you unlock in the game, and it really, it can be good in certain situations. It actually has an impressive amount of melee damage with it. But, obviously as a melee weapon, you're really going to be not really facing, able to deal with guys that are, have those kind of melee attacks. You're going to be taking a lot of damage. You want to bring some, healing gadgets, ideally, maybe even healing passives, just to keep yourself alive, with this weapon, and also, just keep in mind that, you're going to be taking a lot more damage melee, but it can really be good in certain situations, especially if you're, versing a lot of monsters that are non-boss. Like this guy I'm versing right now, this Mega Charge Smasher, he is a boss enemy. So I mean, it's not easy to really use this for it. Thankfully, we've got a decent amount of guys here, so we should be able to clear this pretty quick. And always good to see a Mega Charged monster. But yeah, it's a very basic weapon, not a whole lot of gimmicks with it. First weapon, so they want to keep it simple, which makes sense. Kind of gets you into the basic game mechanics. One of the things I love about Moko is it's just so beginner friendly. It's a really easy game to pick up, which is just great. I think that's really good when a game is just accessible and you can just share it with anybody, and that's just kind of a philosophy that Supercell has across the board, and they like making simple games. But simple can be really good, and I think that's really true of Moko for sure. But yeah, this is a solid weapon. But it can be frustrating when you're constantly taking damage from guys. I've heard from some of my friends who play the game, that, it's not exactly their favorite weapon, but yeah, I would definitely recommend just bringing a lot of healing, and as you can see, we stayed alive. So yeah, that's the Monster Slugger. Once we finish up this monster, we're gonna go on to the next weapon, which will be Techno Fists, and so I'll give you some tips for that. Alright, love seeing that XP. Yes. Alright. Before I end this recording, I want to just make sure that we get all of these things. Ooh, love to see that restoration ring. Yes. Oh, Speedshot, level 29. We'll take it. Would like to see level 30, but, eventually. Alright, see you guys back for the next weapon. Alright, so this is the second weapon, Techno Fists. It's very similar. It's the second weapon that you unlock in the game, and one of the best. It is actually one of the highest level weapons in the game. Huge skill cap on this. So basically, what it does is it's a ranged weapon. Shoots. The shots can bounce off of 2 enemies, and then the combo attack can bounce off of 10 enemies, and can also stun all non-boss monsters. So this is a really good ranged weapon, versatile in a ton of different situations. I'd really recommend running Vitamin Shot with almost everything. But then, you know, you can run a ton of different gadgets with this. You know, obviously there's some gadgets that are more melee based, but, you know, and you do still want a fair bit of healing just in general in Moko, especially as you start getting to the higher level stuff. A lot of healing just helps keep you alive. So yeah, we'll just showcase this real quick. But yeah, so this is just great because, like, see, I can make space, as, you know, like, just, like, making space with the enemies. Obviously, there's tons of enemies because this is a dojo here, but, I can even bring more gadgets and things to increase my, like, kiting ability, and that would just make this even better. You can just see some of that stunning. The pepper spray is a great gadget to pair with it, because it just, like, you know, slows down those enemies. We might actually get the win here. We'll see. We're staying alive, that's for sure. But yeah, so, like, Techno Fists, really great weapon. I mean, you can see that. Bouncing off 10 enemies, I mean, that's just kind of crazy. And then you use that Vitamin Shot to just proc that combo attack even more, and it's just nasty. I mean, like, that just stuns everybody. We just keep kiting away, and, I mean, we're just clearing the knights left and right here. Yeah, I think we're actually going to clear this, which is great. This is, like, I actually haven't beaten this stage yet, so love to see it. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Well, never mind. But, yeah, that really showcases Techno Fist power. I'll see you guys back for the next weapon. Alright, so our next weapon, really the one that you unlock next usually, is the Wolf Stick. And so this is your first pet-based spawnable weapon, which is pretty cool. It shoots 3 attacks, like, that do a damage to a single enemy. Then, for the combo, it spawns the wolf. And then the wolf's main attack deals area damage in front of him. And then his combo attack deals damage in an area and can stun bosses. Non-boss monsters, sorry. Nothing can stun boss monsters in the game, as far as I know. But feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But this weapon's also when you can bring out these pet rings. One of the weapons you can bring out pet rings on. You know, definitely powers the weapon up if you're over level 30. So let's just hop in here and kind of do one that I think will really showcase the power of this. One of the great things about the Wolf Stick is it's great for tanking, especially once the wolf is spawned. So we're going to just aggro this one guy here, spawn this wolf up, and then we can literally just, as you can see, like, the wolf health with those smart rings is kind of crazy. Now I can just have him, like, kind of aggro this one guy. I can bring this other guy over, and we're just, like, you know, going at it here. The other really nice thing with the Wolf Stick is you can run the Life Jacket, and the Life Jacket procs twice. So the Wolf will proc it, and will have it to tank, and then also your guy, which, you know, I mean, obviously this video isn't about the gadgets yet, but, like, the Life Jacket stunt, like, has kind of like that little blast attack you can see as it like dies, and that can just be really strong with the Wolf Stick because you're literally like doubling the damage from it. So, like, you know, if we go in right here, like, you can see right there that, like, just like doubled the damage from it. I really like running Wolf Stick. I think it's the mode it shines the most in, honestly, is solo. Solo versus is really good with the Wolf Stick. But yeah, so I'll see you guys back for the next weapon. Alright, so next weapon is the Staff of Good Vibes. So, Staff of Good Vibes is your first support weapon you unlock. This weapon, unfortunately, is really underpowered. I'd love to see a good support weapon in the game. I think, you know, just a everything buff for this would be good, but, you know, healing and damage. Basically, it can heal or damage enemies in front of you, and then it can heal and damage enemies all around you, with its combo attack, every 10th attack. So it's a really cool concept, even though you know, not fun weapon to have to use. But, you know, if you're going to run it, I'd say definitely Vitamin Shot, bringing another healing because you're, like, obviously going support mode here. And then Pepper Spray can be good. You know, run some passives with that. Chicken-O-Matic. And I'm just kind of having fun with this. So, you know, we're running some of those pet gadgets to make the chickens better. And we'll just go in and, like, I don't know, help some noobs out. So, this can be a good... Probably the best situation for this weapon is Rifts, honestly, because you can, like, the advantage of running it in, what am I saying? Lost my train of thought. The advantage of running it in Rifts, though, is, like, you can at least heal your teammates up, which keeps them alive more, and since Rifts are really about clearing things as fast as possible, there can be some situations where, like, just, like, having a support can be good, and I think, I don't know, I mean, I go back and forth whether Staff of Good Vibes or Medicine Ball is the better support item. I mean, like, sadly, there is no good support build right now in Moko. I think that's, like, one of the biggest problems in the game, honestly. Like, I really hope they fix that in Chapter 2, but we'll see. But yeah, so, like, it can be good in certain rift situations where you really want to keep your teammates alive. You know, like, it's decent at that. This is kind of a fun build, just, like, messing around with these chickens, like, spawning chickens, and, like, the chickens have, like, a crazy amount of health, do a crazy amount of damage. It's just a fun build. But, you know, and, yeah, that's one of the fun things about Moko. So much possible customization on builds. I really think it's a great game. But anyway, I'm digressing here. So yeah, that's Staff of Good Vibes. I'll see you guys back for the next weapon. Alright, so, you know, figured I'd, you know, pair these together since they're both the support items. You guys heard me talk about the Medicine Ball too. So Medicine Ball does an area around you, and damage, but very little damage. Again, this kind of just needs a everything buff, damage and healing. And then the combo attack every third attack. So it does, like, proc combo attack pretty quick, which, you know, maybe you could make a build around that. I don't know. I'd have to do a lot of, like, thinking and research and stuff. Don't feel like doing that right now, but, you know, overall, I mean, most of the community agrees it's an underlevel weapon, but again, very similar build here. I'm just running the same build I did for the other one. Oh, apparently I need to beat this faster. So I guess we'll just go in and, like, help some noobs again. But yeah, again, you know, support items, best place to run them is rifts, just to keep your teammates alive. Can be helpful, especially if, like, you know, there are a few rifts where the boss is really high DPS, like that Rage Room where I did, where it's Berserker. That's one that's kind of like an early stopping point in the game for a lot of people, like, difficulty-wise. And having a support person on your team, like, can just be really helpful. So, so yeah, that's, like... Oh, looks like I'm with bots. They're, like, not even pairing me with people. That's actually kind of interesting. Makes sense. Like, they don't want to give, like, underlevel people, like, crazy fast clears. But, like, big way to help your friends. Like, you know, little insider details there. But we're, like, just murdering this real quick. This is honestly kind of satisfying. But just so you know that, like, it is not usually, like... This might give you the impression that Medicine Ball is a good weapon. Medicine Ball is not a good weapon, okay? Don't run it 99% of the time. But, like, just so you know what it does, and, you know, for the sake of doing all the weapons of Moko, I'm showcasing it. You know, Supercell devs, if you're listening, please give us a support item buff. You know, honestly, new support item would be great. But also just a buff across the board. I want all the support items buffed. Like, everything. Damage. Healing. Buff. Please. But anyway, yeah, I'm digressing again. But yeah, you know, just kind of fun. If you're crazy high level, I'd recommend this. Just, like, go into an old rift and just, like, murk with some bots. This might get changed later on, but yeah, it's actually a pretty satisfying experience. Like, just murking under-leveled rifts with bots. Alright, and that's cleared. There we go. I think we finished those projects. Oh yeah. Well, let's see. Did we finish those projects? I'm gonna let you guys see whether we finished the projects. Let's see. We got that one done, and we got that one done. That's a quick little 20,000 XP. Love to see it. Alright, see you guys back for the next weapon. Alright, so our next weapon is the Toothpick and Shield. So, Toothpick and Shield, main attack deals area damage in front of you, and then, it has, so after doing Toothpick and Shield is very unique. It's really the only true, I mean, you could argue it's really the only true tank item in the game. So basically how you get the combo attack is it has this ability called Retaliate, where if you receive 15 hits from enemies, then you deal like a burst damage around you and stuns non-boss enemies. And you also take 25% less damage from all sources. So, just because it'd be really satisfying, we're gonna just go into crowd control here, and just, like, honestly, this is the most satisfying dojo. Like, I mean, maybe I'll make a video, like, just, like, shouting it out specifically. So much fun to just go in here with all sorts of stuff. You get all these small monsters, and it's just like, watch that. Like, I'm taking all these hits, and then, boom, everybody's, like, forced away from me. It's kind of great. And we got overpowered chickens spawning for absolutely no reason. Oh my days, wait, do the chickens get the... Wait, do the chickens get life jackets? Did I just discover something? Oh my days. Okay, well, I think I just discovered something. I think the chickens get life jackets. We need to test that, but, you know, that is for another video. So, you know, you guys are gonna have to come back and tune in again. But, but anyway, this is fun. This is fun. Very satisfying. Bro, look at that. We just got the next thing on Chicken-O-Matic. Chicken-O-Matic takes so long. Anybody else, like, on that Chicken-O-Matic project grind? Like, do you feel me on that? Anyway, but, anyway. Yeah, so that's Toothpick and Shield. See you guys back for the next weapon. Alright, so next weapon is CPU Bomb. So this guy does area damage for the main attack, and then drops a Mega Bomb for every 8th attack. Really, the only problem with this weapon is the rate of fire is really slow. So... Again, this isn't a build video. Kind of want to do a build video now. But... Dude, there's so many builds in Moko. Oh my goodness. But anyway, now I'm digressing again. So, I'm just gonna really try and hyper-focus on this vitamin shot and see if we can kind of fix the rate of fire real quick. So, if we go Warrior's Ring increases attack speed, Time Ring reduces gadget cooldown, and, oh, what's the other gadget one? Actually, I don't need the other gadget one. Let's do Precision Ring. Okay, and I'll show you one area this build really, this weapon really thrives in. Generally, it's underpowered, but you do, if you want needed speed clear and crowd control, this, and, or, you know, just need, like, a really satisfying, like, want a really satisfying thing. This is just such a fast clear for this. So we're just like, you know, just murking everything. The area damage from this, especially with the stun, is kind of insane, honestly. But yeah, so like we just like did all those critical hits on those guys. Dude, and then they're exploding because of this passive that you guys might know about, the Explodomatic trigger. Yeah, it's just... Pfft. all these critical shots. Look at that. Now almost the whole thing clear. It's been under a minute. Because you get 2 minutes for dojos. Yeah. This is just... Yeah. Little known fact, little Easter egg here, if you're still with me, is if you're not shooting, you actually move faster. So, can be really good for kiting with ranged weapons. But yeah, I think that's... Should be stage clear. Where... Oh, there was another pack of guys up here. Oh well, not a fast clear, but I think you guys get the idea. You know, if you're careful to make sure you know where all the enemies are, you can clear this real quick with this build. This build, I mean, I have been talking, but you know, really running around that vitamin shot, just coming off cooldown as quick as popping as soon as it comes off cooldown. You can do decent with that. But yeah. So that's next weapon, CPU bomb. Alright, so for our next weapon, we got the Speedshot. So Speedshot is a ranged weapon, only single target. Deals damage to a single target. Really long range on this. That's something that to keep in mind. And then after 10 attacks, enters speed mode, which is basically turns into a machine gun. And then, so, stuns kind of reduce that bar, so you do really want to be careful with that. This is a great weapon for just versing one guy. If I remember right, I think this is just one guy. Okay, so it's just a few enemies, but yeah. So Speedshot's great for clearing stages like this, just because you can like, you know, just go into this machine gun mode. But again, like I said in the last weapon, when you're shooting, it slows down your movement speed. So you do kind of, if you're trying to do dodges, you gotta stop shooting. It's kind of a high level weapon, can be very strong in the right situations, but your ranged weapon micro has to be really on point. And part of the big skill gap on this is just knowing the range. Like, as you get better at where the range is of it, you're gonna do a lot better just in general. And if you have the Chicken-O-Matic, it can be really good just for like creating distractions with it, because that like gives you that oh, what is it, like it gives you that tanking distraction. If you're trying to do a dojo with it, definitely bring that Chicken-O-Matic. Look at that, another 10k XP just from this video. Ooh, we will get vitality rings. Probably best ring in the game, honestly. Just that crit healing, so good. There's that extra 10k. Alright, see you guys back for the next weapon. Alright, so next weapon is Portable Portal. So this will wrap up the ranged weapons. Basically, Portable Portal is a very unique weapon. It can be good. Well, let me explain what it does first. So it has a really long range, and it shoots area damage with its main attack. Then once the combo bar is full, it activates the gadget for free. And the number of attacks depends on the cooldown of the rightmost gadget. So if it's got a long cooldown, it's going to take longer to load up. If it's got a short cooldown, it can be quicker. So, again, this isn't the gadget video, but we're going to try throwing Vitamin Shot in that slot, and just going in, we'll hit, do I have any projects left? We'll hit Double Dragon, see if we can do something in here with this weapon. But yeah, so very unique. It can be really good, but you gotta know your gadgets well and kind of play around it. So like having bonus Vitamin Shots is just always nice, because extra healing, extra damage, definitely best gadget in the game. I mean, I don't think there's any questions. But yeah, so probably needs a nerf, honestly. But yeah, so like that's Portal Power. It can be, it really, you know, this weapon lives and dies on what that gadget is. And, you know, you really got to just do a lot of different tests. It can be really good for different builds. I feel like it's a little underpowered, but it's also a hard thing to balance because, like, you know, you could do, like I'm sure that as time goes on and this game's, like, out for longer, like, you can just, like, get, you know, like, just like, different things will be possible, and it will, it could be really strong. So I think the true power of this is unknown, because it's just, it is a very high skill weapon. But I think the DPS, it could I think it could use a DPS buff, honestly. But yeah, so, like, it's good, but, definitely could use a bit of a DPS buff. Yeah. So that's Portal of Power, and looks like I'm going to die to enraged jumpers in a few minutes, or a few seconds, which, you know, there's just something about knowing that is coming. And here we, yep, that's it. Okay. Well, that's the range weapons. Alright, so next weapon is Jaded Blades. So Jaded Blades is an interesting weapon. Personally, I don't really like it very much. My dad really likes it. You know, but basically what it does is it, deals damage pretty close, like, you know, high speed, decent melee damage, and then when when the combo bar is full, you get a dash. So it can be good, when you're combining it with other dashes. So, like, for example, one build I kind of like with it is running the triple, like, the triple dash, like, well, quadruple dash, because you got your regular dash too. But yeah, like, that, it's kind of fun. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into a match with it. I'm just doing this one again because fun times doing boss beat, you know. But yeah, so, like, just to give you a sense, that combo bar, it does auto charge, which is actually nice. So it's just extra dashes. It's kind of fun, you know, like, just getting all these dashes can be really good. Oh, I should have done, I don't feel like doing rifts because it's already a long video, but, like, there's one rift where, like, the boss basically, like, runs around, and Jaded Blades can be really good for that, because it gives you that extra dash, and you can just get around the map so fast. So if you're looking for a really high mobility thing, you know, I doubt if I have any pro players watching, but, you know, if you are a pro player watching, I am really looking forward to them starting to do tournaments with this. Yeah. I mean, I understand as a pro player, you're not really in control of that, but, like, really looking forward to that. Side tangent aside, very high map mobility with this. So you can just get around very quick. You know, again, this isn't a build video, but I like having the extra dashes. I think having a lot of dashes just, you know, just a little fun mechanic. And yeah, so that's Jaded Blades. Gives you that dash. Can be a good melee weapon for sure. Alright, on to our second to last weapon, SpinSickle. This is one of my personal favorites. Basically, so it starts out with the main attack just doing single target damage. Well, I mean, I guess it does area damage, sorry. It does area damage. But then after 6 attacks, you get into spin mode. And so it's another bar one like the Speedshot. But it can just be really, really solid as a tank thing. And then there's also a chance of dodging when you're in spin mode, which is really cool. You can combine it with the dodge with the guard ring to just give it, you know, additional dodging, which I think can be really strong. We'll throw on Vitality Ring and just give that. You know what? I kind of want to try with this. So we're going to make a build here. Let's do I really like running Life Jacket with it, and then we'll just throw a really cool sticker on there, and then go off the memeables here. We'll switch to... Oh, what do we want to run? I really like Unstable Beam. That can be really strong with something like this. And we'll run Smelly Socks. Because I really want to clear this, see if I can clear this target priority. So, yeah, so this is one of my favorite weapons in the game. I think it's just a ton of fun to play with. Alright, so now we're into spin mode, and as you can see, we're just... Yeah, we've aggroed a ton of guys. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe this isn't the weapon for this. Okay. Well, but you guys get the idea. Oh, we're still staying alive. This is actually cool. Now that I started moving. Moving with the SpinSickle is key. I think I was staying in one place, which is a problem. Ooh, healing up. Trying to... I want to clear this. I want to clear this, man. Oh, okay. Well... Maybe we'll do a special video clearing that. Anyway, last weapon. Alright, so final weapon. This is also the final weapon you unlock. I'm going to go into how to unlock it just real quick for people who don't know. Also made a video about beating this boss. You have to beat the hardest boss in the game, basically. So main attack, it does area damage. And every 4th attack, you summon a bee. Your bees are strong. Again, I'm going to run triple pet passive. These bees can be really good. This weapon is solid. I actually haven't tried it yet. So, looking forward to trying this. Again, I would imagine you want to run healing because another melee weapon. So, want to run healing and... So, these are the 3 best healing passives. Again, we'll go over that in the passive video. But, yeah, so, if you go in here, you unlock these once you hit level 30, and you need to clear tournament grounds and beat the Royal Rider. So, that's how you get this unlocked. And, we will try it in boss beat once again. Just fun. I really like this dojo. I think it's fun. You get to play with Luna, and so now you can see those bees. Now obviously they're souped up on my smart rings. 6k health. I mean, that is like just crazy. But yeah, see, like they've got ranged attacks. So like the thing with this weapon is, like, you're the tank, basically. So you're the tank for the bees, and you kind of want to keep the bees alive, because the bees can do a lot of damage. And obviously with pets, really... Look at that! The bees do get their own individual life jackets. That could honestly... Oh, man, okay. Well, I'm about to, like, nerd out on that. But anyway, yeah, so that's our last weapon. I know this is a longer video, but I really wanted to go through and give you guys an explanation of all the weapons. Feel free to leave a comment with hashtag #TheGamingCastle if you made it to the end and you appreciated this tutorial learning all the different weapons in Moko. For the gadgets, passives, and smart rings, since you can hold 3 of them, I'll probably be covering 3 at a time. So it'll be a shorter video, but yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. Really helps the channel out a lot. Had a lot of fun with this video, even though it was longer. Took a lot of editing, but anyway, see y'all next time.